everybody. I just want to start off the video again by saying thanks to everybody for watching my videos and commenting and everything. It really means a lot to me to get all these nice comments from people and all the support. And it's really nice to know that there's people out there who support me and everything. And it really does make me feel good to hear from you all. So thanks. So on Friday afternoon I went to this positive space workshop at the university that I work at. It was just sort of this workshop to make the university more receptive and open to members of the LGBT community. One of the main reasons that I wanted to go was just to get an introduction sort of to the people who work at the equity office, since I'm going to be coming out soon and I'm going to need their support. And this just seemed like a good introduction for me to meet them and everything. And I was sort of nervous when I first got there because it seemed like everybody else was actually there just to learn about LGBT issues on campus, and or they were they're like an administrator or they work with a lot of people on campus. I just felt kind of nervous because it felt like I was the only one who was actually a member of the LGBT community, and just because no one had said anything about it. But one of the facilitators at one point came out and said that she was a lesbian, and after that made me feel a lot better because it's like someone else there who kind of understands some of the things I'm going through. Anyway, so the session got started and we started off on terminology, like LGBT terminology. So there's a lot of transgender sort of terms, but it's kind of funny because I knew the definitions to all these terms and a lot of other people didn't, and I knew specific information like transsexual falls under transgender, which is an umbrella term for all gender variant people. And I knew that transsexual was somebody who's making physical changes to their body or is on hormones. And I knew what cisgender meant, which I don't think anybody there knew except for the facilitators. And they actually said that was the first year that cisgender was in the workshop. But, oh, and just in case you don't know, cisgender means a person whose gender identity matches up with their physical sex, so it's just a normal person. And so anyway, yeah, so I was kind of thinking that the facilitators probably thought that I was transgender or something just because I knew so much information about it. So the exercise or the workshop went on like usual, and at the end of it I was gonna go up to one of the facilitators and tell her I was transgender, and I was really nervous about it. Even though I knew that she would be accepting and everything, I was just nervous about doing it. And there's a bunch of other people around, and even though they were part of the positive space workshop and I'm 100% sure they would have been cool with it, I was just nervous. And so I waited for some of the people to leave, and the woman who said she was a lesbian, the facilitator, she kept looking at me right in the eyes in this, I don't know, this way like she was waiting for me to say something to her or something. I don't know, she just had this look in her eye, she sort of knew something, I don't know. But so I went up to her and I'm like, can I talk to you for a second? And there's just some people right next by packing up their bags, and she's like, sure. And then I sat down and I was like, so I'm actually transgender and I'm gonna be coming out at work soon. I was just wondering what kind of support the equity office can give me. And she's like, oh, we can give tons of support for that, and everything will be fine. So that made me feel a lot better. And she gave me the email of the senior equity officer, and she said I should contact her and then I can get things started. She also gave me her email and said that in case I ever want to talk or just go for coffee or something. So that was really nice, and she made me feel really good. And when I left, I felt like it's totally possible for me to be doing what I'm doing, and because I get scared about it sometimes, and I don't know, I just felt so much more relaxed about it after this, because I just felt yes, it's gonna work out. So that was what I did on Friday, and I went to a club on Saturday. And if you remember in my last video, I was talking about how I went to a club and I had sort of an anxiety attack, and the hormones weren't really making me feel too good at the time. I was having sort of major mood swings. But on Saturday I went to another club and I had a really good time. This friend of mine introduced me to this girl, and I was talking to her and stuff, and she was nice, and we were talking for a bit, then later in the night we came up again, then somehow it came up that I was on hormones, and I was telling her about it, and she's like, yeah, it only gets better, and I'm like, oh good, like I hope so. And then she told me that she was a post-op transsexual, and I got so excited. I was so happy because she was so passable. Like I didn't even realize. I just thought that she was a genetic girl, and I was blown away, and I was so happy because I don't know, it's just someone who's successful. I've met another person who's successfully done it, and they just like look so good, and it made me so happy and so excited. So I'd like to get together with her again sometime for sure, because it'd be really nice to be able to talk to someone in person who's gone through all the things I'm going through and has come out so well on the end. And yeah, she's a really, really nice person too, so I'm really looking forward to getting to know her better. So my body's been changing more. I noticed I have this curve forming on the right side of my waist, like just the right side. The other side is still kind of what it used to be, but the right side is forming this really nice curve, and I'm really excited for it to be on both sides. I was looking at my body, and I was just thinking, like, that looks weird, my body's super lopsided. I didn't really realize that one side had changed from the hormones. I just thought that my body had always been like that, and I hadn't noticed. And I'm like, oh, my body's so, like, unsymmetrical. And then I'm like, wait a second. That looks like a major, like, girl curve. So, anyway, so I'm happy about that. My boobs are growing. My skin's getting really, really soft, which is awesome. Like, my arms, like, I shaved my arms the other day, and, like, the skin was so smooth. It was awesome. I've been exercising more too, so I think that's been helping my general mood and sort of helping my body become more feminine. One thing is that I read that all the fat that I burn off now will be out of like the male areas, and the fat that I put on will go to my female areas. So that's good. So I just want to like exercise and exercise until I burn off all the male fat. So then I can start having like nice female curves. And my sex drive has definitely started going down. I didn't really notice a decrease when I was on the lower dose, when I was just on 100 milligrams of spironolactone. But now that I'm on twice the amount, my sex drive has definitely decreased. I just don't feel the need to do it as often, and I just don't get like as spontaneously aroused. If I wanna masturbate, then it's like it's no hard to get. It's no big deal to make it happen, but it's just that like I don't get like spontaneous erections as much anymore, and I don't wake up with them. So that's good, because I used to. This might be too much information, so I'm gonna stop right there. So I actually had some more stuff to talk about, but I don't really want this video to go too long, so I'll just talk about it next time, and I'll talk to you guys then. Okay, bye.